Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we have got an update for my Pan and Every eyeshadow palette. I really enjoy this project so much. If you are new here, welcome. I'll explain a little bit about what I'm doing with this video. If you would like to subscribe, I would really love it if you would. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you. I hope you're excited for my update today and I hope you're all doing well. I'm getting over my cold still. My actual cold symptoms as such have gone, but I've been left with this really awful cold, like cough, which is like, just all kind of feels here, and I feel like I need to cough something up, but I'm not able to. And every time I lay down, I feel like I'm choking. It's just like, it's exhausting, but I feel well, so that's the main thing. Right, yeah, on to the project. So what it is, basically, every single eyeshadow palette I own, I have put that into the Wheel of Names, which is like a random generator. And then my plan is that I want to hit pan, like every eyeshadow palette I own, I want to have at least one pan in that palette. And then I'm just going to keep going until I've hit pan in all of my palettes. I also just select myself a face palette to work on just for the month, just so that I'm rotating through my face palettes and getting a bit of use. I'm not worried about hitting pan in my face palettes. I just want to sort of like work through them. Yeah, so yeah, I have 5 eyeshadow palettes which are randomly selected. I can choose the shade that I work on. When I hit pan, when I do my update, I can roll that palette out. And then I will randomly select a new palette to take its place. As long as that palette does not have any pans in it, it will become clear as we go along. If I haven't hit pan in a palette, but I'm just really struggling with it, or I've had it in for a few months, I'm just going to roll it out. And equally, if I discover that I really hate a palette, if I don't like the formula, or it's just not working for me, or I really don't like the colour story, I'll either roll it out or declutter it. There are no hard and fast rules. I kind of like try and stick roughly to that kind of guide. And yeah, there we go. So this month we have got 2 rollouts. So I've hit 2 pans, which is brilliant. I have lost the palette, which is not so brilliant. And I've got the other ones here, which I'm still working on, plus of course my face palette. So just as a reminder about what we had. So I can't find my Forgive Me Susie palette, which was like that little 5 pan. I've got no idea where it is. I don't know if I've taken it away with me somewhere, but my makeup bag's here and I can't find it, so I'll keep looking for it. I hadn't hit pan in that palette though, but I'm just going to roll another one in the meantime, just so I've still got 5 palettes to be working on. So there's the Forgive Me Susie. I've got the Bella Pierre Brown Eyed Girl, which is like a little 4 pan palette. I have got the 1 million palette from Revolution. That was a limited edition thing for their Instagram followers. I've got the Glamlight Pizza Slice Meat Lovers palette. And I've also got the iconic London Day to Slay palette, which looks a bit grimy, well loved. And then the face palette I was working on was from Zoeva, and it was the Screen Queen, which was a trio little palette there. So let's talk first of all about the pans that I have hit. So this came as a total surprise, and it actually only happened today, and all of a sudden a massive pan appeared, and yes, finally it is the Glamlight Pizza Slice palette. This has been in this project for a little while now, and I honestly didn't think I was going to hit any pans at all, and I thought I was probably going to be rolling it out, but it has surprised me today. I'm wearing it on my lids this morning. As you can see, it's just a real like sparkly, sort of like new, like natural colour, really easy, just a single shadow look, which is kind of what I'm going for a lot of the times these days, which is probably why I'm hitting pan in like same sort of similar shades. But it's a massive pan considering it's just happened, really. It's in the shade Bacon, which makes me giggle. And there we are there, look at that pan. Can you see? I don't know if you can see because it's so similar to the colour, but it had a massive dip on it, and finally we got it. There is quite a little bit of like very fine glitter fallout with this, but nothing horrific. It is a lovely sparkly shade. That's it there. Let me just pop a little swatch on the back of my hand for you. And as you can see, can you see that little sparkle glitter in there? It's a really pretty everyday sort of colour, but again, you can use it obviously nighttime as well. The formula itself, it felt nice, but yeah, there is just that little bit of sparkle fallout. I've enjoyed a few of the other shades as well. There has been a little bit of love in this palette, so I'm pleased I've used it, but I'm more pleased that I've hit pan because I was ready to roll it out. It was just, there aren't enough like eyeshadow colours, enough colours in here, shades, for me to sort of feel like I love it. But I'm definitely pleased to have it, and it's such a quirky palette. And yeah, I haven't got anything else from Glamlight. No other, I've got some lipsticks I think, but I haven't got any eyeshadow palettes from Glamlight, so I'm pleased just to have that. So yeah, I've hit pan in that one, so that's good. And then the other one I hit pan in, I only just rolled this in. I think it was did it just come in last month? It's my Iconic London. This had quite a lot of use on it already. I really like this palette. And I do think if ever I was going to do a pan that palette, I'd probably do this one, just because there's not a shade in here that I don't like. The formulas are very soft, which I think is probably why it's been so easy for me. But this was definitely my most used shade coming into it. And as you can see, I've hit pan in Closing Party, which is this one here. Having said that, there are quite a few others that are very close to pan as well. But this is just such a lovely colour. As soon as I hit pan on it, I just stopped using the palette. I have to say though, Merlot Mondays is a gorgeous like crease shade. It's just beautiful. If you want like a bit more of a sort of a pinky, a warm pinky sort of transition. Let me just show you this one. It's a beautiful matte formula, and it keeps its colour. It doesn't go muddy. I've got a really itchy face, sorry. It doesn't go muddy when you're blending it in if you're using other colours. It stays true, and it's just such a beautiful matte. It is, honestly, I love it so much. Let me just swatch the Closing Party for you. Again, a really nice formula, so smooth. There we go. So yeah, it's gorgeous, absolutely lovely. Yeah. Another pan. I need to work on my pan percentage. I'll do that for my next update. Next year on my updates, each sort of from January on, I think every single update I'll update you with my pan percentage, because obviously that will change as new palettes come in and we hit more pans and things, and we can look at the percentage of palettes with pan, and then the overall pan percentage including every individual pan in these palettes. So yeah, but another palette with a pan in, so I'm really happy. Definitely getting a bit more love in my palettes. That is such a great palette though. It's just, I think it's probably going to be good for most people, and it's great sort of coming up to Christmas. It's a lovely sort of like glammy going out palette, lots of beautiful shimmers. Yeah, something for everyone. Let me just clean those off and we can get ready to do some more swatches. Ones I'm still working on. So I have got the Bella Pierre Cosmetics Brown Eyed Girl, this little tiny quad. I haven't used it that much, but I have used it a little bit. Again, this is quite a nice one, but this also, I'm enjoying this slightly deeper shade. I haven't used the glitter, it's a very soft one. And I think I've used this just in the outer corner or on like a lower lash line a couple of times. I'll do a little swatch of the two shimmers and then that sort of deeper matte, just to sort of show you these. So that's them. It's more like a satin actually, that one, isn't it? It's quite pretty though. But I mean, they seem nice formulas, to be honest. So yeah, I'm just going to continue working away at that. I don't think it'll take me too long, to be honest. Not sure how deep the pans are, but we shall see. But yeah, that's a good one to be working on. And then I've got the Revolution 1 Million palette. And this is much nicer than what I remembered. So I've used a few colours in here as well. So you can see it's got a little bit of use on it. So obviously like focusing quite a bit on this one and this one. This is quite a nice one. I thought these were all shimmers, but they aren't. I think this is maybe more of a satin matte. But yeah, you can definitely see I've been using it a bit more. So we've got like the, let me clean my fingers here and I'll do a couple more swatches. Trying to be good now and using my microfiber cloths, like my little like makeup eraser type cloths, rather than always using cotton wool. So we've got sort of the, oops, just thrown away the plastic sheeting. So we've got that kind of goldy one, really nice. We've got this one here, which I've been using as well, really soft. And then the one at the end. So those tend to be the ones I'm using. Those are them there. Let me just cover this over. I mean, I know I'm terribly like samey with my makeup, but I suppose you find something that you enjoy. But I'm going to try and venture out a little bit in the new year, she says. So those are the shades there. Again, nice quality. They all work really well together actually. So, but it's very much my comfort zone. It's what I enjoy using. So they shouldn't be too difficult at all to hit pan in, I wouldn't have thought. And the formulas seem fine. There doesn't really seem to be any mad fallout, but I'll be focusing on these a bit more now that I've hit pan in the others. The face palette, I've used it only a tiny bit, to be honest, not massively, but at least it has had a little bit of love. And yeah, that was the Zoeva Screen Queen. They're all shimmers, so you can't really use them, I wouldn't say as a blush or bronzer and things. So I kind of tended to use them more as like topper shades. So yeah, they've had a tiny bit of use, nothing massive. I'll just swatch these as well, but they work nicely as toppers. But I mean, you can't use these as a bronzer, you can't use it as a blush. Do you see what I mean? But they certainly add something. I think these would be really nice in the summer actually. I might pull this one back out next summer. I'll probably get a lot more use out of it. You can maybe use like this shade, you know, more on your collarbones and things. I reckon you could get a lot of use out of that then. But for now, I'm just gonna swap it out. So we need to replace these two palettes with pans in, plus I'm going to roll in a third one for the Forgive Me Susie palette. If it shows up again, then we'll just pop it back in, and then we'll just work with the 6 that we've got, and then we can, I don't know, if I declutter one or something or change my mind on it, then I just won't replace that. We'll see how we get on. Okay, so I have got here I've got all my eyeshadow palettes out here. Currently, I have got 77 eyeshadow palettes in my collection. Because it's been, it seems to be picking out the same ones over and over again. You know, we're getting like a lot of repeats. Someone has said to me, oh, why don't you remove them from the wheel? Well, I don't want to do that because it's such a pain putting them in. So all I do whenever I get a new palette, I will add it into the wheel. Whenever I hit pan, let me just see if I can show you here. For example, can you see at the side of it, I've got a number, then a slash and another number. So that's how many I've hit pan on out of the total number of pans in that palette. So, you know, it's easy for me to keep track this way, and I'm just not going to start taking them out whenever I've used them or hit pan in it. It's just like too much work. And then if I ever change my mind about a different sort of project I want to do, I can use this wheel as well. But plus, once I've got 1 pan in all of them, I can then try and say, right, we're going to now get 2 pans and everything, or a certain percentage, or, you know, whatever. Right, so what I'm going to do first of all, I'm actually going to shuffle. There's a little shuffle button here, so I'm going to hit shuffle, which is just mixed up the order of the eyeshadow. So I'm hoping that's going to make it a little bit better. And then here we go. So we're just going to tap to spin. Let's do a few little taps and see. Come on, spin, spin, spin. See what our first palette is that we're going to be working on. Please be something we've not had before. Come on, it's very slow. Estate, Just a Taste on Wednesdays. Okay, so we've not had that one before. I have got, I think it's one of these little tiny ones. Now, there we go, on Wednesdays. I have decluttered one of those little quads in the past, so we'll have a little look at it, see what I think. So that's that one, that's the first one. So we've got 2 more. That's never come up before though, so at least now we are getting palettes. Oh, blimey. Close that. Well, there we go. Right then. It won't let me take it off. Let's spin for another one. Da, da, da. I love this bit. Oh, why is this so why is that even giving us the... Oh, there we go. Oh, Huda Beauty Mercury Retrograde. That's a good palette for this time of year. Where are you? There we go. Right then, one more. Oh, we've got some good palettes to work on. I'm excited for that. Right then, we're ready. Final palette. Come on. It's really sluggish. There we go. Come on. Ah, we've got a pan and it was too good to be true. That's a Steve Laurent Wild Thing. We've already done that one. So we'll just roll again. Come on. Oh, good grief. It's very clunky. It's not spinning. Why is it not spinning? I don't know what it's doing. Oh, this has gone bananas. Where is it? There we go. Do you know what? I bet it's having a fit because I shuffled it beforehand. Laura Geller, Cinnamon and Spice. Ooh. Which is that? That's a sleek. I think it's not a massive palette, I don't think. Let's see if I can find it. Laura Geller, it's a 12 pan palette. Something tells me it's, I don't know. Bear with me. I'm going to just have a quick flick through these. Laura Geller, Cinnamon and Spice. Laura Geller, Cinnamon and Spice. Where are you? Right, let's have a look at this. I can't remember what it looks. Ah, here we go. All right, I think I got this from a FabFitFun. All right then, so let's have a look at these eyeshadow palettes. Oh, plus I need to get a face palette as well. So let me just close that off. Let me shut my iPad just so I don't knock it by mistake. Where are my face palettes? Here they are. So I'm going to have a little look at something that we've maybe not used before. Let's see. Is there anything in here or something that I maybe want to consider like decluttering? Okay, let's get this. This is the Revolution Iconic Lights and Contour Pro. I don't think we've had this, have we? So it is a bit of a mix of different sort of like face powders. You've got like sort of bronzers. You maybe can use for contour and bronzing. This looks like a little highlighty shade. Like almost like a banana powder, a couple of different ones as well. So we'll give this a go, see if it's something I want to keep in, if it's something I can use or not, or if I just want to like declutter it. So I think it'd be useful from that point of view. Right then, okay, let's look at these eyeshadows. So the first one we rolled in was this Estate Just a Taste. So these are like little tiny quads, and as I said, I did have one before and I think I decluttered it. I wasn't a fan. I think I felt there was no, if I remember right, there wasn't very much pigment in the shadow, and it was just very wishy-washy, and it was really hard to get any colour payoff. So this one is called On Wednesdays, and I think they have like 3 neutral shades and then 1 pop of colour, I think. Let's have a look. Oh, or not. Actually, it's not bad for this time of year. Okay, so we've got 2 mattes and 2 shimmers. Let's have a little look. First impression, see what this shimmer's like. This is what I'd typically go for. Oh, actually, well, that has got some colour. That looks better than what I had last time. And let's just try one of the mattes. Feels very smooth. Whether it disappears into nothing. All right, I think we can definitely give those a go. That seems better than the last one. So I'm really pleased I didn't just declutter it. So I think apart from them swatches, have been pretty much untouched. So yeah, we'll give that a go. That's a new little palette. Cool. See that back in its little home. Next one I pulled out was the Mercury Retrograde. Now I know loads of people love this, and I think in the past I've had I've not been mad about it, and maybe slightly controversial. It's just not been my favourite palette, and I really struggled because a lot of the shades you look at and you look as one colour, and then when you go to use them, they come off much rosier, you know, much sort of pinky undertones. But it is a beautiful looking palette, no doubt about it, and loads of people have this. And I got this in an advent calendar. I think it was a GLOSSYBOX advent calendar a few years ago. So you can see I've just really, have I got a thing on there? Where's my sheet? Don't know. I've hardly used it, to be honest. I have tried, but I haven't got on very far with it. So what am I most likely to do? I would say I'm most likely going to be working on this one and this one, or this could be a good like over the lid kind of shade. Oh, this one looks nice too. Well, we'll see. I'm going to give it a bit more sort of a go again. So yeah, this is one I'm going to tend to go for. Very sparkly. It's really soft actually. It should be easy to hit pan. But you can see there, yeah, everything's got like a pink shift to it. It's pretty though, isn't it? Oh, that's nice. And then this one, I think if I remember right, this one looks like it should be like more of a nudie one, but I think it was very pink and I sort of struggled. I do use a lot of different colours though now. If I use like transition shades and crease than what I used to, so I maybe I've kind of just evolved a little. What am I trying to say? Just maybe I'm just a little bit braver, just experiment a little bit more with my looks, even though I still look very samey. I do use slightly different colours now in my transition and things like that, so I might be able to be a bit happier about this. But if you look at that there, you see it does come on. It looks much sort of more nude there when you swatch it. It's quite pretty. It's quite cool, very cool toned kind of mauve, and I think I just struggled with that, finding something to use. But yeah, we shall see. It won't take me long if I just focus on that. I can have it done, can't I? And then I've ticked that box for that palette. And then final palette, again, I think it's very neutral burnt oranges if I remember right, and it is the Cinnamon Spice palette from Laura Geller. So I selected this myself, I think, in, like I say, FabFitFun. It looks nice though. They're not massive pans either. Actually, it looks quite soft, doesn't it, for like a good daytime look. Some really pretty soft mattes here, and then the shimmers here. So it's a good selection actually. It looks like there's some shimmers, a few satins. Yeah, I'm looking forward to trying this. I haven't had this for ages. Where's my little cloth gone? What have I done with my cloth? I don't know what I've done with that. Let's just swatch a couple of shadows here that I'm drawn to. Naturally drawn to this one, although this looks pretty as well. I've not really touched that one. So let's have a look at this. Oh, so it's really pigmented, isn't it? Let's see what these mattes are like. Oh, very soft as well. Let's put that here. I think that looks more like it is a matte. It looks quite sort of sheenish, like sheeny, but it's not. So I think that's going to be really beautiful. I'm going to really enjoy working on that one, I think. Lovely. And then the face palette that I've got. Oh, there's my cloth there. Let me just clean these off and we'll have a little look at the face palette. I think this is going to be a good one just to try different sort of like bronzers. Can maybe even use if I'm struggling like with my transition and things like that with my shadow. I can use it for that, or for like my lower lash line. I don't think there's anything there I could use as brows, but we'll have a little look and we'll have a play about with it and see what I think. And yeah, so here we go. It says, what's it say on the back? Iconic light and contour palette, and that's just all it says. Sorry, Contour Pro. So yeah, that's it there. Nothing terribly exciting. Shade wise, I mean, that's quite orangey. Let's have a look at this one. It feels really soft. Okay. not bad. So this one here is that like a more like a powder, as like a, yeah, that might be nice under your eyes. Oh no, it's definitely got a shimmer. It didn't look like it had a shimmer then. It's very subtle actually. It might be quite a nice highlighter that. It's not too sparkly. I think this one, is this like a translucent? Really soft. It feels very finely milled actually. Really, really fine. Very light. So again, that could be good either for setting your eyelids, you know, before you do your makeup. I've got a really itchy, my hair is itchy. I think because it's been curled, it's very itchy. My fringe is so long. Okay, I think that's going to be okay. I'm really interested to try that. So let's just remind ourselves of everything we've got. 25 minutes, I do talk, but I really enjoy this project so much. I enjoy it. I hope you enjoy this one too. I think it's a lot of fun. So eyeshadow wise, so the existing palettes we've already got are the 1 Million from Revolution and the Bella Pierre. So we've got those from last time, which we're still working on. Then new this time, we have got the Laura Geller Cinnamon and Spice. We've got the Huda Beauty Mercury Retrograde, which time for me to see what my thoughts really are about it. As I said in the past, I've not been a massive fan. And then we've got that Little Estate Quad, which was on Wednesdays. And then the face palette, which is the Revolution Iconic Lights and Contour palette. So let's do a little photo. So yeah, that's everything. Let me know. I know lots of you would have tried this. What are your thoughts on these other palettes, and what's your thought on this one? Hopefully, I think predictions are, obviously this will be rolling out next time anyway. I do think that I will be able to hit pan in the Huda. I think I'll be able to hit pan in, oh, do you know, maybe, I don't know actually. Depends how soft the formula is on some of them. I'm not sure about any of the others, but I think I'll definitely have one pan next time, maybe two, but yeah, we will wait and see. That's everything, guys. Thank you as always for clicking that button and watching my video. If you have enjoyed it, please if you could give me a thumbs up, that would really help my channel so much. Any engagement is absolutely brilliant. If you want to comment down below, I would love that as well. But obviously, most importantly of all, if you aren't subscribed yet and you want to see more content like this, please do hit the subscribe button. That's it all. I will see you in my next video. Take care, guys. Mwah. Bye for now.